Atari Jaguar, the first 64-bit console and a part of Atari's big comeback in the 90s that unfortunately failed hard. Not for its lack of trying, as it had interesting ideas and a few decent games, but not all of them showed the true potential of the system. But again, they tried. There were many reasons why the Jaguar didn't catch on. While the marketing was in your face and graphical ability was appealing, the lack of a solid library and third-party support led to an early grave. Another possible deterrent was the controller. This is the Atari Jaguar controller, the primary controller for the 64-bit cat. A monstrosity of a controller compared to what was out there in the 5th generation. I mean, we were getting more and more to work with as the systems kept coming, but even back then this looked like too much. And I never thought having too much was an issue. I love playing Atari any day, but when I look at this thing, I sometimes want to reconsider. Let's get close to this big cat and see if it has any redeeming qualities. On the left we have a rather flat D-pad. Not the best in the world, but it's whatever. On the right is the A, B, and C buttons that are reversed from other controllers like the Saturns. And they're oddly shaped. They're still circular and feel effective, so it could be worse. Between those inputs is the soft pause and option button. Serious question, is there a copyright with the start and select button naming, or do some companies change it up just cuz? Atari trying to innovate even down to the controller. Probably not in the right areas though. You would be right in thinking that should be where the buttons end, but it's not. For when we make our way downward, we have this whole conglomerate of buttons. You may or may not recognize this keypad design as it hasn't really been seen since the 2nd generation with a number of controllers, but it somehow made a comeback a decade later. It borrows many elements from them too, like overlays that you can insert over them to help you out in distinguishing which button does what for a certain game. If I do the math, that's like 18 total inputs and buttons for the 64-bit cat. That's a lot to handle, and thank God keypads weren't here to stay. While the keypad is one flaw on this controller's design, another one I would like to point out is on the back. I could probably let the keypad slide if the overall feel of the controller was comfortable, but the gripping space is small for my hands, leaving much to be desired. They left a good space to leave all the necessities like the Atari logo, serial number, another number that's etched, the fact it was made in China, and a sticker signifying it passed quality control. Didn't know that's what the QC meant before now, and I feel like an idiot because of it. But is it quality enough to play its games? For being the only controller that's available for the Jaguar, it's one that you're gonna have to make work. It's not the best, but it can still play the games it was made for. I don't have many at the moment. Cybermorph, Tempest 2000, and Hover Strike are all I got so far, and I mean it works, but it could have been much better. The button layout would have been an obvious change, but maybe better grippage could have made the challenge of holding this much easier. I'm gonna keep saying it till the day I die, but the Dreamcast controller has the best grip design of all time. And I know the Jaguar was before it, but I wish someone would listen and take notes for the future. The Atari Jaguar controller was trying to take that step forward with its 64-bit companion, but instead took a couple steps back with its overall design. It isn't comfortable to my liking, and the whole layout is just odd and maybe outdated. Though it won't matter, as you're going to have to get one when getting a Jaguar. That is, if you ever go deep into Atari collecting like myself, then you can start asking yourself when is too much, too much. I did lie slightly when I said this was the only option for a controller. There is a Pro controller that's rarer to find than this one by itself. The only true change I see is the addition of 3 buttons and face button design. So you get 21 buttons opposed to 18, and I'm getting a headache. Got any fond memories with this controller/accessory? Tell me about it by leaving a comment. If you like what you see, be sure to leave a like. If you think others would like this, share the video around. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button pronto. This is Brian the Blue, and I'll see you later.